The topic, the process or genesis of selling. Friends, there are twin motivating factors for any human being to take a decision. And these two motivating factors are pain and pleasure. And we need to remember that as a salesperson, we sell consequences. Because as human beings, we take decisions in our life, and our behavior is normally motivated either to gain pleasure or to avoid pain. And we need to understand this, that between these two motivating factors, the tendency to take action to avoid pain is much more stronger than the motivation to get pleasure. So even as a salesperson, when you analyze the customer psychology, customer normally comes to buy a product mainly to solve a problem. The problem can be in terms of having some pain in case if he doesn't take an action. He wants a solution for that. And then he also takes a decision in order to avoid that not having that product gives him a certain level of pain and discomfort. Or he takes it in order to get a pleasure out of it. So there are three steps which we need to understand in the process of selling. So when as a salesperson you need to find a deep want or interest. We call it in terms of need, desire, problem. And find out what is it that is disturbing him. What is it that is the unfulfilled need of a customer. Then after identifying that need, want, desire that he has got, you disturb them staring up to earth and then heal. This can be in terms of telling him that in case if he doesn't buy this product, he'll get this pain. Or he will get this by getting the pleasure out of it by utilizing your product or services. Here the process is to accentuate it, to exaggerate it, so that the inherent need gets further accentuated for him to make the impact of his feeling. And feelings, as we know, are the language of the body. And that would stimulate them to think about considering your solution. And third step is you show them how to heal their comfort by using your product. So this is the process of selling. Through your probing technique, by questioning, you are identifying the need, desire, problem. You are, after pinpointing those needs, you are accentuating it by informing the prospect as to how, by not taking the step, he is going to have an accentuated pain or is going to be deprived of his happiness. And then you show them as to how your product and services is able to take care of that particular challenges and thereby give him that solution. Friends, on the basis of this new definition of selling, which I would want all of you to look at, is selling is a persuasion, is the process of getting your customers to clearly associate their most desired feelings or state to your product and services. The desired state is to have less pain and more pleasure. And you are showing them as to how buying your product, using your product, they are able to achieve this particular state. But now I would like to go a little bit deeper to give you a science or an equation or a concept which can be very, very explicit for you to understand both the buying process and the selling process. These three concepts are, first one is called ERBN, which is emotional reasons to buy now, LRBN, which is the logical reasons to buy now, and DRAB, which is the dominant reasons to avoid buying. The premise of this particular, all these three concepts is that human beings are emotional beings. And human beings take decisions emotionally first and then they subsequently justify it logically. And as human beings, we are triggered by the impact of feelings. And it is said, as emotional beings, you can be triggered, and when the emotion goes up, your intelligence comes down. And the equation here is this way, that when you are able to emotionally make a customer buy it and give him a logical reason by giving an answer to the whys, why buy from me, why buy this, and why buy now. And if you are able to accentuate this, and additionally this can take care of any of the dominant negative thoughts which come, which can again be both emotional and logical, which is preventing you to take a decision. If it is more than that, automatically sales happen. Friends, what I wanted to share with you here, which is very, very important for us to understand, is this, that emotional reasons to buy now can be on the basis of many of the feelings. For example, sometimes people may use emotion which can overcome even logic. For example, if we are patriotic, you say that I will go for this manufacturer because he is from my country and he is domestically producing it in my country, so my revenue comes to this. So even though some other product may have little better features, but still you go for buying this because you are emotionally connecting it with the emotion of patriotism. And similarly, there are many such feelings which make people buy a product in spite of having lesser benefit in terms of the other logical reasons. Logical reason is more about the left brain, where you're talking about why buy this, why buy from me, and you are fulfilling the left brain of it. Friends, the equation which I want all of you to remember is ERBN plus LRBN. When they are greater than DRAB, the sales happen. And when the ERBN plus LRBN is less than DRAB, then the no sales happen. So as a salesperson, you need to always remember that you have an opportunity to stimulate the emotional reason for buying by giving him the right emotional aspect which triggers, which again is individualized based, or you can give the logical reasons in terms of feature advantage benefits and thereby overcome any of the DRAB. Remember friends, DRAB can again be both emotional and logical. Main DRAB which has to be remembered is always respect your customer. Don't ever do any action or use any words which will impact his self-esteem or self-worth. Any of those aspects will automatically lead to a huge amount of increase in your DRAB. Second is your ability to answer his queries fully. Again, is an important way of reducing DRAB. In case if you don't have appropriate technical knowledge or the feature advantage benefit presentation with him properly, that can also lead to a huge amount of DRAB. So keeping this equation in mind, you can ensure that every time you are in front of your customer, you are able to take care of both his right and left brain, both his emotional reasons and logical reasons. And also be careful about not giving him any negative emotions or negative points for him to avoid buying. And keeping this, I have observed in my own career that you can ensure that your conversion rate and ability to close a sale can really go to a very high percentage just by remembering this process of selling, which is again done by two motive forces: avoiding pain, giving pleasure. Ultimately, remember, every salesperson sells consequences, and you are selling consequences in terms of giving them pleasure and reducing them pain.